Hi, everybody. So, my restoration project is a really interesting experimental restoration involving orange peels. So, this project takes place in Guanacaste Conservation Area, which was previously known as Guanacaste National Park in Costa Rica. So in 1989, additional land was added to the park, and that land was degraded cattle pasture with really poor soil quality. So this really poor environment allowed for the growth of jaragua, which is an invasive fire-resistant plant that hinders the growth of native plant species in the area. So scientific advisors from Guanacaste Conservation Area came up with the idea to reach out to an orange juice company that owned the adjacent land to them. And they asked for their waste products. So they proposed a 2-year trial study in which they hoped the orange peels, seeds, and pulps would decompose and produce a positive vegetation growth response on that poor soil. So without this offer, the orange juice company would have had to invest a significant amount of money in disposal of that waste. So they agreed. It was kind of a win-win for the conservation area and the orange juice company. So the goal of this project was to restore the tropical forest in Guanacaste. And the secondary impact of that goal was sustainable use of agricultural waste. So again, that's kind of just pushing the idea of a win-win for everybody. It was a really simple project where the orange juice company, all they had to do was just dump their waste on the land that ASG asked them to do. And all ASG had to do was wait. So it was no maintenance, low cost, and seemed ideal. Unfortunately, the project came to a halt when rival orange juice companies took ASG to court because they had not been part of the deal. So unfortunately, it wasn't until 16 years later, after the thousands of truckloads of agricultural waste was delivered. So in 2014, soil and vegetation studies were conducted. The soil showed great signs of improvement in the treated areas compared to the control areas that didn't receive any orange waste. So, this is definitely one of those cases where someone always has to ruin it for everyone else. But I think this project definitely speaks to the importance of permitting and checking all your bases before beginning a project like this. I think if they were able to make sure that other orange juice companies weren't looking to sue them, I think that they would have seen a really, really impactful restoration of this area.